Hello once again, everyone, and welcome back to our share channel, Ace Fang Riders. I am Abyss Tamer, and once again, I'm joined by my friend Cosmic Nexus.
Hello there.
And as you can see, based on everything here, we actually got a full-on waifu tier list. So let's go ahead and get right into it, and this is based on both of our preferences. All right, first up, we've got Lucy Arteria from Fairy Tale. Where do you think we should put her?
I'd say probably hmm, I mean, should we start off with S?
Hmm. To be perfectly honest, I can see why you want to put her in this, but eh, sometimes she can be a bit too much. But I got to
I
admit
probably
that the sometimes when she actually puts Natsu in her place is definitely fun.
I probably put our A then for now.
Yeah, I definitely don't put her like high above, but she is definitely a. And next up is Urza from Fairy Tale as well.
Yeah, we gotta put our S tier at least.
Yeah, that is true. She's pretty much like the main main waifu that pretty much just goes around. All right.
Yeah,
Next up, we got Colin Kozaki from Code Geass.
I put her at A for me.
Mm, to be perfectly honest, I can't argue, especially with the fights she's been through, and she does not back down. And I gotta admit, seeing her interactions with Lelouch were definitely worthwhile as well, especially during the final moments just before the Zero Requiem.
Yep. Only reason I put her A though, just because she wasn't my favorite in the anime.
Yeah, that's fair. And I already know. C2?
Yeah, going to S tier.
Yeah, I cannot deny that. After all, there's not really, once again, there's nothing really negative I can say about it. Plus, she's a pizza lover. Can't really deny her that.
Thought she'd been with Lou since day one.
Yeah. Next up, we got all five of the quintuplets. Now, honestly,
I might put it.
I don't think we can put all of them like in the same tier because even we agree we like some more than the others.
Yeah, I might put it A. Is that Ichika? My
Yeah,
first one.
yeah, we literally got them in order. We got Ichika, Nino, Miku, Yotsuba, and Itsuki.
I might have to put each guy in C tier for me. Well, just because of the
Yeah, because of the whole
things.
manipulation thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. To be perfectly honest, I would put her in B tier just for a simple reason. She actually grew up, and I will say that she she's been through a lot. Plus, don't forget, she was the one that pretty much was thinking about becoming the actual mom of the group when their mom passed away. So she's been carrying a lot of baggage.
yeah,
So I think she
hmm.
deserves at least B tier for always being there for her sisters.
Yeah. I guess we could put her in B tier.
Yeah, just for the simple fact. All right, Nino, where do we put her?
I have to go S tier.
Eh, mm, honestly, I can't really disagree. Just for the simple fact that her growth was probably one of the best in the series.
Yeah,
I gotta admit, she kind of wasn't my favorite at the beginning, but hold on, just to be sure, uh, you want these in order? Like, do you put C2 higher than Urza?
yeah. I probably put 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
Like for
yeah, C2 then Urza then Nino.
yeah,
Yeah. What about Lucy versus Colin? Honestly, I think Lucy I like a bit better than Colin.
yeah. I probably keep it the same.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, next up we got the third quintuplet, Miku.
We had to put her S tier too.
Mm, it, mm, that's true, but I think I have to put her below Nino just for the fact that she doesn't grow as much as Nino does. Just for the simple fact that she kind of stays kind of meek, but sometimes she has her fun.
Yeah. Personally, I put A for Yotsuba. I probably put her in A tier.
Mm, yeah, that's fair.
Just
Her childish demeanor can sometimes be a detriment. Plus, she looks after her sisters maybe a bit too much. She doesn't really go after some things.
to be honest, I kind of like her more than Helen.
Eh, hmm. That's a bit of a stretch for me because, to be perfectly honest, I kind of like Colin a bit more because she actually fights for what she believes in. Yotsuba is kind of a
Yeah,
bit more forgiving. So, mm,
yeah, yeah, I guess.
we get any other A's, I'll decide whether or not to put her above. All right, the final quintuplet. Where do we put Itsuki?
Probably same tier as Ozabov.
Fair enough. Yeah,
Just cause she didn't really put any effort in towards the end.
yeah, that's fair. I got to admit, her wanting to become a teacher is a good goal.
Yeah, I put her higher if she puts her like a chase after
Yeah. Though I will say I definitely
Grandma.
like Yotsuba just a bit better than Itsuki for the simple fact that once again our cherry attitude may be too much, but I do like her.
Yeah,
Next up we got the devoted succubus of Overlord Albedo. Where do we put her?
probably yeah, but for her above both quintuplets last year or one of them below.
To be perfectly honest, I partially think we should put her in A tier because I'll admit she's not like a perfect waifu, and let's be honest, her development is kind of stagnant. I guess that's kind of the reason. Like it shows off just how powerful Ainz Gon is and his overseers, but I will say
Yeah,
she's entertaining. So I technically can see her at least in A. Do we put her at the top
yeah,
of A or just above or below Lucy?
I'd probably put her above Colin at least.
Yeah, that's fair. I technically can see her at least above Lucy because she does her work very well.
Yeah,
All right, next we
mhm.
got Delta.
Probably put her like in at B tier for me.
That's fair. To be perfectly honest, her childish antics can be troublesome, and
Yeah,
her not being the smartest. I will say Ichika is at least better than Delta.
yeah. Probably put Alpha and A tier though.
Yeah, I cannot deny that, but where do we put her in A tier?
Probably above probably above Izuki.
Mm, so not above Yotsuba?
Yeah. It's probably about equal, I guess.
Yeah, that's fair. To be perfectly honest, her responsibility in leading all of the shadows isn't exactly easy.
Yeah,
All right, next up we got the Danmachi section. First and foremost, I cannot put Freya in S tier, just for the simple fact that her manipulation can be a bit much. I gotta admit, at
I
the
probably put
end,
her.
I liked her like development, but I can't really put her in S tier.
I probably put her in A tier at the bottom, probably.
Yeah, yeah. Once again, hold on. Do you want her at the bottom of A tier or the top of B tier? Because that kind of makes a difference right now.
Mm, Probably at the bottom of A tier. Just since season 5.
Yeah,
Mm,
I gotta admit, at the start, I was
mm.
kind of like, okay, she is not waifu material, but as I got to see her grow, yeah, I would admit,
Uh,
she started to grow on me.
yeah. Personally, I put eyes above Yotsuba.
Mm,
I was like,
yeah, that's
mm,
fair. I would admit,
mm,
her interactions with Bill are sometimes hit or miss for me.
yeah. mm,
Next, we got Ryu. I personally think she is S tier because her interactions with Bill along the way and her, combat is nothing to be snuffed at either.
Yeah. Personally, I only put eyes in A tier just because the anime only.
Yeah. Plus, to be perfectly honest, you don't really get to see eyes all that often. I think you see Ryu more than you see eyes.
Yeah, I heard in the novels, eyes is a lot better than um the anime.
Yeah. But you agree in S tier, or do you want to stick her at the top of A tier?
I'd probably put her at the top of A tier, at least.
Yeah, that's fair. And do you want her above or below Beto? Albedo? Just S.
Probably, probably, probably above since the recent season.
Yeah, fair. Next, we got Amelia. I gotta admit, she was. I appreciate her, but since the season 3 with her literally going full on that priest, she has my respect.
Yeah, I put her S tier in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't deny that. She definitely works hard. And hold on, where exactly do you want her in S tier? Above the quintuplets
Probably,
or bottom of S tier?
probably above the quintuplets.
Fair. Uh, we both know that Subaru has been through a lot for Amelia, And one thing's for certain, I don't blame him for it, because she's one of the people that deserves those chances.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Moonlight Fantasy. First up is Tomoe.
I probably put her above Yotsuba for me.
Mm.
Mm. Or
I
yeah,
think if we're talking anime only, I at least put her above Eyes, because she has really put in effort in, the anime, and she is pretty good. And don't forget, she is not nothing to sneeze at.
yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
All right, what about Mio?
I probably put her around the same areas.
Yeah,
Or
I will say she's probably at least a little bit weaker than Eyes, in my opinion, for the simple reason sometimes her, uh, you know, allegiance to the MC Makoto can be a bit too much.
and the free one is obviously S tier for me.
Yeah, don't blame you. Top of S tier, or do you put her below C2?
Might put her might put her below just because I need to read more of it or watch the second season.
That's her. I definitely like her as a teacher and a mentor. The whole story of her, plus the flashbacks aren't bad either.
Yeah.
Next, we got this one, solely because I know you partially like this character, Makima. Be perfectly honest, this one I'm thinking D or C.
I probably put her C tier.
Yeah, because I see the reason why people would make her a waifu. It's just, once again, manipulation is way too much for me.
Yeah.
Plus, during the part of the manga with the whole, what she put the MC through, not fun.
Yeah.
All right,
Probably,
next we got Ryoko and Satsuki.
probably put Rocco in like probably A tier. Yeah, A tier.
On A tier or top of B tier? Once again, I gotta preface that.
Probably I'd probably put her above Alpha, in my opinion.
Below Yotsuba, huh?
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah,
But I kinda like Sasuke more.
yeah, don't blame you. Her willingness to actually keep up appearances as well as go 100% against Soragio was definitely pretty interesting. Though I will say this, literally up and if I didn't know, uh, because I literally watched a clip of it back before I watched the anime, I would not have guessed she would actually betray her mother. She literally had everyone fooled.
Same here. I wasn't even spoiled by that either.
Yeah. So do we put her top of A or bottom of S, or
I probably put her
somewhere in the middle of A?
I probably put her top A.
Mm. Yeah, agreeable. Okay, next we got three Akame got kills. First up, Akame.
I put her S tier because she's my favorite in the anime.
Mm. Yeah, that's fair. I can't really fault you. To be perfectly honest, when you first meet her, she technically seems like, the full-on cold-blood assassin, but she actually turns out to actually have plenty of heart.
Yeah. Probably put her above I kinda like Emilia more Akame more than Emilia.
Fair enough. Uh, as that, I know she's not S tier, but she definitely is like, she's crazy, but it's not as if she's like Makima levels of crazy. But she is,
I
but
probably
I'd say she's definitely at least better than Freya.
Yeah, I probably put her above Alpha
Mm,
Loose.
yeah, I definitely can. And next we got, this one was technically just because, Leone was very much like my second favorite when it came to, Night Raid. Leone.
Yeah.
I
I
technically,
probably what?
I technically put her in B tier or at least bottom of A.
Yeah, I probably agree with it.
Yeah, because I gotta admit, her playful personality is fine. I definitely put her at least above these two.
Yeah. She has what better than them.
Yeah, her playful personality is fine. When you first meet her, she seems irresponsible, but the reason she tricked Tatsumi is partially because, they don't want anyone working for, you know, the king and everything.
Yeah.
Next, we had to do these two, Rias and Akano.
I probably put them both S tier just because.
Hmm. Yeah, once again, I really can't find fault because, to be perfectly honest, I think I'd put Akano higher than Rias just for the simple reason that uh, Rias never really goes full in debt into, trying to help Issei overcome what happened between him and Rainer in the first season. So that kind
Yeah,
of puts her down.
yeah, probably. I don't know, probably equal for me.
Yeah. So just curious, where do you want to put him in S tier?
Probably above the quintuplets at least.
Hmm, fair. I'll probably at least put Rias a bit lower, but she ain't really much. Next, we got Marin from My Dress Up Darling.
Probably put her like in B for just anime only.
Yeah. I will say she's not like groundbreaking when it comes to waifu material, but she was fun. Just curious, where in B?
Probably above the Ichigo and Delta.
Hmm, fair. Her interactions between the MC as well as the other cast are fun.
Yeah,
Next, we got Roxy. Perfectly honest, I think she's also a B tier.
yeah, probably put her at the top though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I will say, whoop, didn't mean to put her in C. My bad. But she's not like perfect, but her interactions with Rudeus and everyone is fine.
Yeah,
Next, we got Robin and Nami.
uh, I kind of put them in B too. Oh, in my opinion.
Mm, all things considered, once again, I can't fault you, and I can't really see a reason to put them any higher than like A. They're not S tier to me, especially with Nami. Like, that is pretty much. She's not obsessed
Yeah,
with berries as much as she is like now in the manga. Like, she's
yeah,
kind of grown out of it, but still part of her personality.
yeah. I probably put Nami in B tier and put Nico Robin like A.
Uh, so just curious, do you put Nami bottom of B tier or in the middle of B tier?
Probably below Ichigo at least.
Fair. And Robin, uh, at least above Freya or slightly above?
Probably put her above Goats above at least.
Mm, yeah. Next, we got Midnight Trey's favorite waifu. He's gonna kill us if we put her anything less than this. So let's just do it. Plus, both of us know that she deserves it, and we literally can't find a fault between her, can't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably put her like a
At the very least, she
um
deserves to at least be. I'd say at least above Amelia because she technically does more than Amelia does in ReZero. She does her fair share, but Yoruichi is at least better than that.
yeah.
All right, next we got Orihime.
Probably put her like in nah, kind of probably A tier at least. This would be fair.
Yeah, to be perfectly honest, once again, she's not one that, she doesn't really show up in the fights all that often, but she's there for the MC when needs be, and her ability definitely is powerful when it comes to healing.
Yep. I probably put her above at
Robin, at
least
least.
eyes at least. Put her
Yeah,
above eyes.
fair enough. Yeah, she does show up. All right, next we got Rukia.
Put her put her in S tier. Yeah,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I technically at least put her lower than Yoruichi. I think she deserves to at least be either here or here, below the
Probably above that.
above the above the high school DxD.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now we get to your favorite part, the Fate series. Now, before we get into this, I might as well say this: if this video gets 500 likes, we will do a full-on Fate waifu tier list because although I'm not as much of a fan, I still enjoy Fate, but Cosmic Nexus pretty much is religious towards the Fate series and everything Nasu related.
Yeah. I probably yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah, he does not deny this at all. Literally, there's a reason I pretty much have his whole thing as Shiki and Saber is literally what he enjoys the most.
I probably put Rogi at the top of S tier in my opinion.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's fair. Oh, really? I would have
Just
thought you
go.
would put Saber at the top of S tier.
I know she's gonna be first, but Zeroga's gonna be second.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
Once again, she technically is good. Like, she has some faults, but once again, she actually shows that she is kingly in her state. I think Rin deserves at least. I think she's at least above Urza, but she's not above these two.
yeah,
And Medusa, I think, technically is either
I think,
bottom of A or top of B.
um, well, in the visual novel, she gets more screen time.
And like I said, I haven't gotten around to the visual novels. I've watched the anime, but like I said, I haven't gotten in depth as you are.
I probably, oh, probably at the least above A, like a top one.
Eh,
Hmm.
fair enough. Like I said, I definitely enjoy her because she has a good, chemistry with Sakura as well as the rest of the cast.
Yeah,
Next, we got
come on, we
Asa.
gotta put her at least S tier. Hmm.
Mm, that's fair. I'll put her, in my opinion, I think she's at least less than these two, just for a simple fact that she kind of disappears during Gun Gale as well as alkalization partially, and she was kind of a damsel in distress in season 2.
Yeah.
I will say
Hmm.
she's a good partner for Kirito, but it's not as if she's like expert. Now
Hmm.
for Alice. I know she's she's your favorite from the Sword Art Online series.
Probably put her above Akano Rodriguez.
Hmm. Now above Rukia.
I now like Ricky a bit more.
All right. Next we got Yukino and Yui from My Romantic Teen Comedy Snafu.
Yeah, I think I put Yukino above Amelia at least.
Hmm. Fair. What about Yui?
You can, you can write that one if you want.
Mm, I'll admit she's not like my favorite, but she's not like worse than Yukino in my opinion. But sometimes her zealous personality can once again be a bit much. But I think I'd put her at least. She's at least above Albedo because once again, crazy for Albedo can be a bit much. Her loyalty.
Yeah,
And next we got Kaguya and I from Kaguya-sama Love is War.
I probably put her above Colin. Colin at least.
Hmm. Yeah,
Mm,
can't fault you. What about I?
mm. I probably put her below Colin. Mm,
Hmm. I'll put her at least
But
below Tomoe because, personally, I like Tomoe just a bit more than I.
yeah, mm.
Next, we got Alia.
Yeah, I probably put her like above, or like probably above Yoko at least. Mm.
Uh,
Or actually below, below.
mm, fair. All right.
I'm
Next
putting
we
her.
next we got Monogatari. You have
I'm
any
putting her
opinions on
above.
her?
I'm putting her above Akame. In my
Wow,
opinion.
that's actually surprising.
Although she's my favorite character in Monogatari.
Yeah, that's fair. Next we got Chahe. To be perfectly honest, neither one of us have read the novels, but I don't think she's like S tier material. She's not like a groundbreaking waifu, and she's not like someone both of us respect. But I also know she's not B tier, so I think she kind of lands in the middle of A.
Yeah, you can write this one if you want.
Mm, that's fair. Uh, mm, eh, I think she's at least above Eyes. Like both these kind of have about as much screen time. I will say the whole really, oh,
Oh,
her appearing was good.
if you want more screen time eyes, you can watch what's that anime called? Sort of a story or something.
Yeah, her own spinoff. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
that. To be perfectly honest, I have watched it. It's just been a while.
yeah.
But it's like,
Well,
I guess I can technically put her below hers in that case because I kind of forgot about it. It's just been so long because she only appears like recently, but you technically see that she's at least putting in the effort.
yeah. I probably put. Where'd you put Mario?
Uh, well, for next up is Mao Mao. Where do you want to put her?
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Where do you think is the best place for her
Yeah,
from the 2000?
uh, from everything I've read and watched from both the anime and manga, she's good, and she actually uses her brain. I technically put her. I'd put her at least above Alpha at the very least.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I might put her above Alia, in my opinion.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely like Ryoko more than I like Mao Mao.
Yeah. Oh, this one's a no-brainer. I got put
Yeah,
her above Reen, in my opinion.
really. That's actually
Yeah.
really surprising. And then again,
Mhm.
and I was surprised by how much I actually like this character.
Yeah. Oh, Violet. Mm.
Yep.
Probably put her below Reen.
Mm. And once again, she's actually a very emotional character. Never thought I'd
Yeah.
actually end up feeling so much emotion for just a one character from an anime I never heard of.
Yeah.
Actually got Golden Time. Be honest, I think she's
Probably
kind of
put
a.
her.
I think she's in B tier, honestly.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, probably me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
I think she's technically like. I think she's at least below Marin because at the start she is kind of like not the best.
Yeah.
And next we got
And I
A6.
put
All
her
right, Ace tier. Where do you want her?
probably above hmm. Might put her above my. Mm.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, I will say she's been through a lot, but yet she still keeps going. I gotta respect her for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's all of them. Gotta admit, we didn't end up with many D's, but that was mostly because we picked our favorites.
Yeah.
Like most of the characters we actually appreciate, and we've actually like both of us are aware that we don't literally like understand every aspect of this character, but we do appreciate them for what they are.
Yep.
Just curious, do you want to make any kind of alterations to this list before we wrap up?
Uh, I would put her. I would put Lena above C2, but C2 is like just a tiny bit better, just from the anime wise, anyways.
Uh, yeah. Plus, all things considered, uh, I kind of gotta give C2 a bit more because she literally does not have a manga. She literally gave all that impact in her anime only appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah. But looks like this is our list. Yeah. Chances are people are going to make criticism that none of them are D tier, but to be perfectly honest, once again, this was just because it was our picks and waifus we liked. But once again, if you enjoy our content and want to support us, hit the subscribe button because it always does help. You got anything to add, Nexus?
I don't know. I don't
Yep.
know. So I think.
Yep. That's about it. Till next time, everyone. See you guys later.